This is probably the one week where people are going to be getting out and about with their family and loved ones. Many people have taken the week off to get out and enjoy the beautiful outdoors here in Alberta, either right here in our own river valley in Edmonton or just in the surrounding area, heading to the mountains. And of course, we want to give you the best holiday and make sure that you are prepared for all weather conditions. The folks at Mountain Equipment Co-op, one of our favorite places to go, have joined us this morning. You've got two models standing by who are quite frankly, freezing and waiting to put layers on right now. Brad, Margaret, welcome to Breakfast Television. And Carter, nice to see you.
Hi there.
All right, let's talk about, we're talking about clothing layering. We're also going to talk about a couple of other very popular outdoor activities, cross-country skiing later on and snowshoeing. But let's talk about layering right now so that you can enjoy both of those in total comfort and warmth.
So the layering pieces, the activity, it doesn't matter what activity you're doing, when you're outdoors, the principles are the same. So Margaret here is stripped right down. The basis of good outdoor layering is that layering piece. So starting with a base layer, can be synthetic, can be wool. I think you're wearing the wool pieces at the moment. So that's a next to skin
between
layer.
synthetic and wool? Is there like any one that's better than the other?
They both have the benefits. Wool feels really nice, and wool's very popular now.
Right.
It's a lot more expensive.
The price point's a bit higher.
Yeah.
But just so you know, if you want the very, very warmth, go wool.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So base layer. So after base layer, we want some sort of middle layer.
Let's dress her.
Insulation. Let's get some clothes on it. The base layer is the next to skin. It's designed to wick. So as we sweat in these activities, it's going to move moisture towards the outside.
Right.
The next layer, and albeit this one's a very thin layer, is your insulation layer. So this is the layer that's actually trapping in the warm air. To
This
keep
one might
the body
seem a little
nice and
frivolous
warm.
to people. Is that like, but yet you're saying it's totally necessary.
It is, yeah. Obviously, dress for the climate. It's pretty cool today, so these pieces are pretty important. Both these guys are wearing pretty athletic pieces, so a little bit more performance-based.
Okay.
Once you've got that insulation layer on, you need something to stop the wind from whipping that heat away. And so the final piece in that sort of layering is a shell. Now, once again, this is a very athletic shell.
And thin, I might add.
Yeah, so these are the guys that are going really hard.
Okay.
So really, if you get out of the car and you're about to start your activity and you're nice and warm, you're probably overdressed.
Okay.
You need to anticipate that you're going to warm up and generate lots of body heat.
Really?
So even this is my coat for getting here. I'm going to strip this off when I get going.
For cross-country skiing
For
or
cross-country
snowshoeing?
skiing, snowshoeing, and then this is my shell. Then underneath I've got my insulation layer and my base layer. Same setup. Mine's just a little more recreational and therefore a little thicker.
All right, let's talk about Brad for a second because he's been very quiet over there, but he too has got sort of almost like a Spider-Man suit on.
He does. Once again, just a really performance athletic piece. The principles are still the same. A thin shell to cut the wind, insulation layer, and then below the insulation layer is a base layer, and the pants are much the same thing. The tights just are closer to the skin so that there's less space that I need to trap air into,
Right.
and so it's a little bit more efficient.
So this is not a private question, Brad, but are you wearing not leg warmers, but are you wearing long underwear?
Long underwear underneath, and then I also have a pair of wind briefs.
So you actually have 3 layers on right now.
Underneath the tights.
Okay. See, now that's and all of it is sort of works together to breathe. And now, please, let's give these two some coats because I also want to point out what I've got in my hot little hands here. Again, very similar. This is more for, I'm guessing, a little bit more harder weather. This jacket right here.
These are recreational levels. So this is your traditional waterproof breathable shell, can be a raincoat in the summer, but it's there in this case to block the wind.
Gotcha.
Underneath that's your insulation layer. This is a hooded version, and this is a thicker. It's a Primaloft filled. It's like a puffy jacket, but a thin one. And this is obviously for someone who's getting out there, but they're more just for fun. So they're not generating the same amount of heat, so they need more insulation to keep warm.
Right.
Finishes off underneath with the same piece on this side here. This is the wool base layer against the skin, helps wick the moisture, and it's the nice feeling layer. And you would have pants of the same underneath pants like this.
Gotcha.
These are a soft shell type of pant. They're mostly windproof, but they're also very, very breathable, so that you don't get too sweaty. And often, if it wasn't sort of -10 and warmer, you probably wouldn't even need a base layer under them.
Biggest mistake people make when they're dressing for the cold outside to go out and do activities.
They overdress.
Overdress.
For the most parts, yep. Because once you sweat, it's very hard to get dry, and that sweat's designed to cool us down. That's why our body does it. So we sweat, and then it works and begins to cool us down.
Right, and so these guys have now. Thank goodness Margaret has a coat on, and Brad has zipped it up. Everything in good common sense right now. But again, that's what you would arrive on the scene with. And then, of course, when we come back, we're going to talk about cross country skiing as well as snowshoeing, two wildly popular activities that I know Mountain Equipment will hook you guys up. You also have tours going out. You have people that will guide you. This is the place to go and just kind of like be in the hub. If you're looking for people to go out and just kind of hang with, you have a great message board. Very often I'll go in and look at your message board if I just want to make new friends and get outdoors with. So that's also another very popular place. But we are going to take a quick break. I'm going to get some warm clothes on. We're going to talk about snowshoeing as well as cross-country skiing coming up. And I'm telling you, this is the week to do it. And the folks over at Mountain Equipment Co-op will make sure that you are properly dressed to handle any condition in this beautiful river valley in Edmonton.